Now, a Tredworth teenager has, in just 12 months, gone from being a novice horse rider to competing in horse racing competitions. Brogan Miller, aged 14, only started learning to ride 12 months ago at St James's City Riding School in Tredworth, and was fortunate to have been supported by an Olympic dressage rider and have the backing of the Pony Racing Authority so she could have weekly lessons. And Brogan and her father Tim join me in the studio now. Morning, both of you.
Morning.
Brogan, tell me about how this all started then 12 months ago. What made you go, do you know what, I want to go horse riding?
Well, I've always been interested in horses, and then I went to the farm and I was offered a lesson and I said no. I don't know why. And then I actually saw people riding and I was like, I want to do this, Dad. So he booked me a lesson and I became a volunteer.
And you became a volunteer there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did you get this backing by an Olympic dressage rider? Where did that all come from?
Well, since we're like a charity, they've kind of like collaborated with our riding centre, and they get like children riding and that aren't fortunate enough to have like really rich families who can pay for horses and that. So it's kind of,
Well, it can be a very expensive hobby, can't it?
Yeah.
Just to get the kit. I mean, a hat, I was hearing, is near £100 nowadays. And tell me about then that first riding lesson. What was your pony called that you were riding?
Marty, and I'm going to ride him today. And he was lovely. And my riding instructor went, you have a really natural rhythm. And I was like, I love this. I want to do it again. And it was just like I knew I wanted to continue with it.
So you were, called a natural rider. What's happened in these last 12 months in the fact that you're competing now in racing? Is that where you want to go, in horse racing? Because some people like dressage, some people like show jumping.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm kind of testing things at the moment, but racing is definitely something I really love.
You've recently come third at the Wincanton racecourse in Somerset. What was that like?
I didn't expect it. It was so unexpected. My instructor didn't expect it, and then they just went, Brogan's come third, and they all just looked, and it was amazing. It felt awesome.
So you're picking up rosettes and medals all the time now?
Yeah.
And you ride another horse, don't you? You hack out another pony.
Yeah, that's one that only I ride, and his name's Eddie, and he's up in Elmore.
Yeah. Let's say hello to Dad. It is an expensive hobby, and you fully support Brogan, don't you? So how did you feel when she said that she wanted to do this?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, it is a very expensive hobby, and we are very, very fortunate because obviously down at the farm, once I got involved with the farm, Brogan's worked tirelessly with everything from like mucking out. She does all the basic jobs, mucking out, turning out, cleaning, feeding, all that kind of stuff. So she earns her way through it as well. But we're actually very, very lucky because we've got we're affiliated with a lot of other different organisations that help out. And behind every rider, there's like a ton of people that put a lot of effort in as well. So like the Emile Fury Foundation, their aim is to get as many children riding as possible. So they put a lot of effort into that. We're affiliated with those, with that organisation. We got the Police Crime Commissioner that help us with things like funding. Brogan was very lucky to be able to have Leanne Launchborough's ponies to race with. She's from Bourton Vale, and she takes these ponies everywhere for these girls, so she puts a lot of effort in as well. The Pony Racing Authority, which they all race under as well, work really, really hard to get riders into jockeys. They've got, over 150 jockeys at the moment that have graduated from their scheme. They work tirelessly as well. So Clarissa Daly, Edward Gillespie, they put lots of effort in as well. And again, there's all the staff on the ground at the City Farm. There's Sam Goss, our coach. You've got Mandy Holt, who's an assistant coach. Sharon, Brett, all the volunteers down there. But I think also Imran, who leads the City Farm. He leads the organisation. He works tirelessly as well to try and get these kids opportunities within the centre. Helps get them additional funding to do whatever he can to get these kids on board to push them as far as they can go. And with all of these people and these organisations obviously backing girls like Brogan and Alicia, who also raced on that day as well, and all the other kids at the farm as well that actually ride there as well, a lot of the other boys as well that haven't been mentioned, they've got races coming up. Again, there's so many people that put that effort in that actually help these guys. We literally couldn't do it on our own.
St James's City Farm in Treadworth is just a magical little place, isn't it?
It really is.
You don't realise it's there. It's tucked away behind all
Most
these houses.
people don't know it's there. They literally don't realise it's there.
And, it's kept going, like you say, through volunteers and through funding, through charities, through people giving up their time, giving up their money for it. And it's not just horse riding there. They've got goats and sheep and chickens and rabbits.
It's a full-on urban farm.
You can just walk in for free too.
Yeah.
It feels like you're doing something wrong because it's just such a little heaven there tucked away in Treadworth. And there's an event taking place there today?
There is. There's the event at St James's City Farm. It's a big event in the whole park actually today. Lots going on. Do things like we use a lot of the other animals in the farm. We do like owl displays. We've got, I think, a dog event there today, a riding event there today as well, a little demonstration, which Brogan's going to take part in later. And it's actually the horse that she began to ride with that visits the farm nearly on a daily basis. That horse is going to be there. So there's going to be lots of people there. So if anybody is interested in getting involved or maybe getting some information, there'll be people there definitely to speak to. So it's going to be a pretty incredible day.
Brogan, how do you think it's helped you in your other areas of your life, horse riding?
Confidence. My confidence is risen, and I believe in myself a lot more now. Because at my race I was like, I'm going to come last, and then I actually came third, and I was like, oh. So I believe in myself a lot more now.
What was it like racing? I mean, you go pretty fast, don't you?
He went faster than I've ever been on a horse, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was so fun.
The adrenaline was running.
Yeah, I could see only 2 ponies in front of me, and I kind of I can't look back, but I think this is positive.
You didn't want to look back in case you fell off. Have you fallen off yet?
Yeah, I rode a bit of a wake, let's just say, pony, and I came off because she didn't really want me on her back, but she was fine the next day.
I remember my riding instructor saying you've got to fall off at least 100 times before you become a good rider. So tell me about what you're going to do today then. You're going to ride Marty, is it?
Yeah, and then my friend's going to ride Harley, who she started riding on, and we're going to do a bit of a riding demonstration together.
And do you mind the other side of it, the caring, the mucking out, the hard graft?
Well, that's the bit that gets the most bonding with your pony. I hate having to ride a pony that I don't really have a bond with, because it just feels so different to me. So I kind of like doing the whole grooming and the mucking out, because it's helping other people as well. Well,
the very best of luck with it all, and let us know how you get on in the future. Like you say, you've got a natural talent there, and it sounds like you're doing really well with it. So all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.